Welcome back, everybody, to the Fighting for Freedom podcast.
Fighting for freedom, one podcast at a time.
What up, what up? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to the orgy. I mean to the Fighting for Freedom podcast. Oh, man, dude. It's 8 a.m. your time, 9 a.m. my time, and I already have tears dropping down my face. Adam Hardesty, what's up, bro? How you doing today?
Good morning, bro. How are you? Good.
I'm chilling. Thank you for, taking the time out of your day, coming out here. Right now you're project manager, right?
Yeah.
The big picture of the civilian world, but judging by your background and being stationed with you, I knew that you were in the military for a while. So, Adam, let's take it back to kind of square one. Like, who are you? Where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I'm Adam. Grew up in the Bay Area, California, a little town called Benicia. Yeah, kind of. I'm 28 now, so I joined when I was 21. Yeah.
The Bay Area, though, there's not a lot of inspiration for military out there. No, what made you want to join?
My dad was a Seabee actually. He was.
Oh, word?
Yeah. He was the EO, so that's how I knew about the Seabees. So actually, when I tried to join, I tried to be an EO, because like I just loved games, and I have a good hand-eye coordination kind of, so I figured playing with joysticks would be easy, but I couldn't because of my eyesight. So when I took the ASVAB, and did the whole like physical, they didn't qualify me for that because of my eyesight.
Yeah, I was gonna say you look different without glasses. I think I've only known you like with glasses on.
Yeah. Well, now I have contacts, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess glasses are like a plus when you're on a project site because like it like counts as eye pro.
Exactly.
But like everyone knows like it's really not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit. So how long was your dad in the Seabees for in the Navy?
He did 10 years in the Seabees and then switched over to the Air Force, and then did 10 years Air Force to retire.
Dude,
so 20 overall.
Smart man, dude. That's
Oh,
probably
knew.
like what we all see. We're like, damn, dude, like I should have joined the fucking Air Force. like you can shit on me all you want, but hey, you know what? Everyone wishes they went to the Air Force one day.
Oh, dude, looking back on it, man, the Air Force, like, I don't care if I got made fun of, man. That's Gucci. They get everything.
Yeah, whether you're in the Navy and you're sleeping on a small rack, or you're a Seabee and you're doing FEX for 3 weeks and pouring rain, or you're a Marine doing a ruck twice a week, there's everyone's turning point where you're like, you know what? Fuck this, man. I should have went to the end. I don't give a shit what my friends got to say about this. I'm trying to get some good galley food and some dope duty stations.
Exactly.
Yeah, whenever we went to Okinawa, the Bravo types, the UTs and the CEs, we would always go to 18CS, which is like the engineering squadron for the Air Force. And we would do like legit like plumbing and HVAC. And the electricians would do like legit like electrical work. So it was dope to see. I was like, damn, dude, I'm on deployment and I'm literally just mixing concrete for fucking 6 months. Like this is not what a plumber is, you know what I mean? So
yeah, that was a big problem in the Seabees, is that like you didn't like other rates didn't really get to do their rates as much. Other than like EOs and BUs, like you really were just like support, which kind of sucked, but
yeah, it's like I don't know if you remember doing like cash sheets, right? And it would say like I don't know, like type of fucking people you need for the job or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It was always laborer.
yeah. It was always unskilled labor. That's what I put it.
I had to do P&E for something, and I was filling like out the cash sheets, and I was like, fuck this, I put labor. So I put 1 Osorio, 1 Wyatt, 1 Baines. They were like, you can't ask for who you are. You get. I was like, but that's who I need. Like, I need this. It's on the cash. They were like, nah, cash. You don't get to put your friends down. And I was like, yeah, well, they're also, plumbers and electricians. So it kind of works out.
Yeah.
But you didn't go EO, right? You went SW. What, you were SW?
BU.
Oh, you were BU.
Yeah.
Ew. Yeah, that's right. BU too Hardesty. Now
Yeah.
it flows off the tongue.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. I ended up going BU, which I'm looking back, like I'm glad I did. Like I said, because unfortunately, you're just support. Like most people are just support if you're not a BU, because it's mainly carpentry is what the CBs do.
Yeah,
So
whole bunch of vertical construction of mud buildings and stucco.
just shit construction, just solidifying why we're irrelevant.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's why whenever like we do get forward deployed somewhere and we go to a different country, we work like normally with the locals to
Yeah.
they kind of like help us but also guide us, right? Where like on paper it's like, okay, this is how like America's gonna do it, but when you get there it's like, well, guess what? We don't have brick. Okay, we're gonna use fucking bamboo today. And I'm like, all right, that sounds good. So it was definitely cool working with locals. You got to work with a bunch of locals, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah, a lot. My first time working with locals. Well, I mean, other than like, so like my first deployment, we like hired locals because I was in Japan, just to like pour concrete, but I don't really count that. But my first time like working with locals was my second deployment. When I was in Pohnpei, that's where it was like a program that the ambassador put on, where we were working like literally hand in hand with them, teaching them what to do and how to do it and whatnot. So that was cool.
Yeah, Pompey. That sounds beautiful. Is it
Yeah,
as nice as it sounds?
it was cool, but it was also the COVID deployment, so being there for 9 months, 10 months was not so cool. But
well, at least you got like paid for it. You know what I mean?
dude, I was making way too much money.
Yeah, they took us from our deployment and brought us back to Japan, back to like main body.
Really?
And yeah, dude, it was miserable. There was like a whole bunch of like government and politics that kind of like arose, which made it like deemed like the area kind of unsafe for us. I'm not gonna get into all that because I don't give two fucks. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch NBC. I don't even know the fucking news channels. But yeah, I was like, dude, this is great. I'm in the Philippines. I'm about to make mad money. And then they were like, pack your shit. We're going home. And I was like, oh, this is some bullshit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but it was like legit like a MOX, like the Embark. Yeah. That's like literally what it was. And I was like, dude, I've been like we've been practicing these, doing like exercises with them. When the fuck am I ever gonna do this? Well, then that's when we did it.
That's when we did it.
Yeah, dude. Like I remember, dude. I got a phone call. Not even like just BU1 banging on my door. He's like, come to the office, sir needs us. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? It's Saturday. Got like 12 cup of noodles, you know what I mean? Bottle of wine. And he's like, hey, everyone pack your shit. We're getting out of here in 2 days. I'm like, no. I'm like, that's fucked,
Yeah.
But it was like that real life embarkation type shit.
Yeah.
Which thankfully I never really had to do in home port, which was really nice.
Yeah. No, I got super lucky with my chain of command. On my only good chain of command was my second deployment, and yeah, they found a way to keep us out there. So we were building these like portable quarantine facilities, and we built like 11 or 12 of them, and that's how we were able to justify staying out there for the 3 extra months or whatever it was.
Damn, why didn't we think of that shit?
Yeah. No, I don't know if you know Chief Almer. I'm gonna name drop him, dude. He's a really good guy. He was an amazing guy, man.
I got a story, but correct me if I'm wrong. I don't mean to like try to describe him out there. But was he a short, older guy?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him, dude. That guy, he was on my first Fex.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm an E3, bro. I'm chilling. I'm in charge of the fucking shower tent, so I'm like, this is cake. I'm over here, like fucking around with the hot water. If I don't like somebody going in, I turn it really cold. And all of a sudden, this chief walks up to me and he's like, yo, Harem, come with me. And I'm like, oh, god damn it. I'm thinking I'm getting in trouble for like giving people cold water.
Yeah.
He brings me in the tent and he's like, hey, you're going to go on a patrol. And I'm like, I don't want to do that shit.
I got to do something.
Yeah. No. But then he goes, and you're going to lead the patrol. I'm like, what? No, I'm not leading the fucking patrol. He's like, this is going to be great for you to get your excuse pin. I'm like, Chief, I don't give a fuck about this excuse pin. He's like, nah, this is gonna be great. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put together kind of like your patrol package, right? And like your Warno and whatnot. And I'm like, oh god. So I go back to the tent and I'm like, yo, I gotta fucking figure this shit out, dude. It took me like 4 hours to finally draw all of this up. But as like I'm getting like kind of briefed on it, because I had to brief it as well. Mm-hmm. So as I'm getting briefed of like what I have to do, Chief Almond comes in, and dude, I just remember this dude just looking like a fucking like a little devil, and he goes, "I'm coming," and I was like, "What? What do you mean
so
you're
funny,
coming?"
dude.
And he goes, "If I'm not carrying the 240, stand by." And I'm like, "Oh god, dude!" Dude, he was like very adamant about carrying the 240. And like in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything. He like a chief, and I'm like, Chief, the 240 is about 3 feet higher than you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But dude, he was just a fucking little demon. Yeah. And I was like, hey,
He's
you know what?
Dude.
I was like, dude, if I'm gonna take anybody on a 3-hour long patrol carrying a 240, it's gonna be that motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's gonna be that guy, dude.
Yeah, he was a good guy, dude. He's awesome.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, leadership is probably like one of the biggest things when you're in the military, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've all had some like, I'm not gonna say shitty, let's say sketchy leadership. That you know, you go to work and they give you word and you're like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, like why? Like why? That doesn't make sense.
It's probably the number one most asked question in the military. Why?
Yeah.
But always having a good chain of command is definitely beneficial to not only them to kind of, I guess, get the respect out of like the younger troops, but just the younger troops to be like, all right, bro, like I got you, like.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a big thing when you're dealing with people like fresh in the Navy, like especially with me, like even 4 years in the Navy, you're still fresh in the Navy. Like if you are not exposed to a good chain of command, like that just paints the picture of what the Navy is to some people. So
yeah, and it kind of sucks because, well, I mean, even for our community, you know, you come in, you get thrown into battalion right out of A school, and then that's it. Your contract's over. You know, you didn't get to experience like the rest of the Navy, the rest of the commands, the rest of the places to go. So, shout out to the Navy. Maybe help us out a little bit and cut that battalion time down a little bit. You know, like I think that would definitely help retention, right? I mean, I'm not no fucking genius or anything.
Yeah.
But my first enlistment, I came in, if I would have done half the time in a battalion and then able to go to like sea duty and like, you know, see the rest of it, which I ended up doing anyway. I just re-enlisted and got to do it on my own. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think there's just so many aspects of it that just, you know, people want to stay in the Navy like they joined, right? But when you give them 5 years of mud and rain and sweating their asses off for 12 hours a day on a project site, it's probably not the most ideal situation.
That you just painted me in a nutshell. I was a go-getter, dude. I was like, bro, I'm making chief, I'm doing 20, you know, this and that, and then, you know, 5 years go by and you're like, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, dude, it's literally the mentality for everybody. Like, I mean, you know, I guess anybody who joins the military, unless you go like reserves, right, you kind of have your plan, right? Reservists are all like, I'm joining just so I can go to college for free. And it's like, yeah, you know what? Kudos to you. You still went to boot camp. You still might get a phone call, so you better just hope and pray and, you know, say your prayers at night. But when you're active, like, you have the intention. You're like, all right, I'm leaving home. I'm leaving my family. Fuck it. 20 years, it's not that long. I've been alive for 18 of them, so, you know, like, what are you going to do? Did you join right out of high school?
No, I joined when I was 21 because I knew I was gonna get in trouble before 21, so I decided to wait and get all my.
You did?
Yeah, and I got all my fun stuff out of the way here at home before I joined.
But here at home, you're in Texas now, no?
Well, back at home, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude. I think leadership, right? That's definitely a key thing to help somebody and keep retention high, which I think they try, that, you know, as best as they could. Mm-hmm. But then also, you know, just the rotations for us. Like there's literally so many places. Like after I re-enlisted, I kind of put together like how many places like we can actually go to, and it's fucking wild, dude. It's wild. They should make Battalion probably like the last place for people to go.
Yeah. Just like one more kick in the nuts before you get out.
Yeah.
No, dude, like it was so after my second deployment, I made second when we got back, and then we went and started doing peening for FEX. I got put on PDR, so then we went straight to FEX, and then my FEX got extended, so I was staying down at the Del Mar boat base and down in Pendleton for 2 or 3 months after that. So, dude, I was barely home between my second and third deployment. So that was a big like wake up, like this kind of sucks.
Damn, I didn't even know it was like that.
Oh yeah, dude, I was home. So between like the home port between the second and third deployment, I was home for maybe 3 months, maybe 2 months.
That's fucked, dude. I don't even remember that shit.
I was just living out of a backpack in a little hotel room or barracks room.
Hey, at least you had a hotel room. That would be shitty if they actually made you like stay in a tent.
Well, no, I stayed in the tent for the whole duration of FEX, and then once FEX ended, then they made us go to the hotel because they're like, yeah, we're not like that's kind of fucked up. So like, yeah, that is kind of fucked up.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure people from 5 are gonna like see this episode and see your name and your face, and they'll be like, "Oh, I gotta fucking listen to this. What this guy's gotta say." So who
this
on that
asshole?
Who on that PDR do you want to give a little shout out to? That was just like this person was just as miserable as me,
dude. Everett, SW2 Everett, dude. He was my boy, man. Me and him, we were so tight. We were close. We would just hang out every day. That's when so like about halfway through, I brought my STI down, and that's when we would like go take photos and go drive around and go down to San Diego and go all these cool spots. Yeah, dude, Everett. He's a good guy. I actually just talked to him not too long ago. Right before I moved out here, I was like on my way to work, and I was like, I'm about to just give him a call. He actually switched over. Now he's a NC or not NC. Is it NC?
Yeah, the career counselor.
Yeah, well, no, he's a recruiter now. But I think
okay. So,
but he made first. So
hey, good on him, dude.
Yeah, dude. No, he's doing good, man.
It's like they were doing an enlistment bonus too. Like if you transfer, like if you cross rated, right?
Yeah.
We had a guy who did that. If you cross rated to like NC, you got like a bonus, you got rank, but you had to do like X amount of years. That was like kind of like the stipulation. But
yeah.
You know what, man? Like if you already made it this far, if you're past that 10-year mark, if you're over the hump, it's like, dude, for the money,
you might as well.
The job's not that hard, especially like when you're higher rank. If you do potentially got to go on a ship, life ain't that bad when you're higher rank on a ship. But when you're an E2 machinist mate, dude, I talked to some of these guys, dude. The machinist mates, they get the bottom of the fucking barrel. Like in the Titanic when the shit was fucking going crazy and they were going wild. And the dude was, before they even hit the iceberg, the guy in the bottom of the ship already drowned somehow. That's what the machinist mates get, bro.
They get fucked.
Yeah, dude, it's wild, dude. I took a tour of a submarine, and it was my buddy who was in boot camp. Like he was like, like across from me in boot camp, and he sounds like Mr. Narwhal from Elf. It's like, bye, buddy, hope you find it. So, like, literally, you would never think that, like, me and him would be, like good friends. But in boot camp, we just clicked. And what really got us being friends in boot camp was we were in, like, the chow line, reading our little stupid fucking books. And he just kept talking to me. And I was like, dude, I love talking. Love it. But shut the fuck up. Because I don't want to fucking get in trouble. Next thing you know, me and him are doing whatever the fuck it is, EMI, getting our asses fucking handed to us.
Yeah.
And now, where I'm stationed at now, he's like right over here. So he was like, yo, you want to take a tour of a submarine? And I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What? That's sick.
I was like, you're not going to close the door, though, right? We're not going to go under.
We're not going underway.
So this isn't a fucking trap, is it? But he took me on the sub, and dude, oh my God. If anybody out there has the opportunity to take a tour of a sub, do it. Just make sure they don't close the fucking little door, because that's
the hatch on you. Yeah.
Yeah, and there is no fucking window like the pictures and the cartoon show, because that's bullshit.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I thought there'd be like one, like like No,
Yeah.
there ain't shit. It's just a fucking,
It's
a black big dildo in the water, dude. It's fucking.
Yeah.
It's so tight, but the innovation these people have is wild, dude.
Oh, dude, the like engineering behind that's insane.
No,
So insane.
not the engineering. I'm talking about how to store your coffee cup. I'm
Oh.
talking the use
I'm
of
talking engineering.
yeah. I'm talking the use of zip ties and bungee
Oh.
cords. Dude, these motherfuckers like they make it work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I mean,
that's the backbone of the Navy, dude. E1 through E4, man.
yeah,
That's the backbone. They're the zip ties.
yeah. Well, everyone says don't lift with your back, lift with your E3 and below.
That's so funny.
Oh shit.
But
So, I mean, you did 5 years in the Navy, correct?
Yep.
So, give me some highlights from your time, or maybe some. I know you're gonna hear this and be like, oh god, some lessons learned about your time in for someone that wants to potentially, enlist in the military.
lessons learned. I mean, my time, it was fun. I mean, all I can describe is it was something that like you never want to do again, but you don't regret. Like I would like yeah. Um yeah, I like think about it often. I like think about like all the bad times, like all the suck, right?
Yep.
All the suck that you went through, but like the people that you went through it with, like you build relationships like with people that you'll never um you might not see again, but you'll always stay in contact with. But lessons learned, like definitely just take things with like a grain of salt. Don't come in with any sort of attitude. Um, my big thing is like regardless of your rank and your age, always listen to someone. So even if I was like an E5, like and someone that's an E3, but they're back home in Nebraska and they built 15 million sheds with their dad, they may know more than me. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes you gotta just like lock it up and listen. Sometimes
Yeah.
they know what they're talking about. So I don't think rank really defines a person. So that was my
I
big
definitely,
things.
I
Yeah,
definitely agree with that.
yeah.
Definitely
I was
agree with
always open to ideas, regardless of who you were. Didn't care.
Yeah.
But
And what's wild too is like, people come in and I mean, call me I'm not going to say I don't know, I can't think of the word. But if there's a little tiny engine and there's a problem and this dude comes in like Bartels, those of you who don't know Bartels, he's southern as fuck and smokes Marlboro Reds like they're going out of style. I'm like, that dude could probably fucking fix it.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not me though.
yeah.
But
Calling
yeah,
the heavy hitters.
yeah, exactly. No, definitely well spoken. I don't think I've ever heard somebody kind of bring that up, and I definitely believe in that too. It's like, no matter how old somebody is, everybody has ideas, right? And if they don't work, then whatever. But if
Yeah,
they do, then bet. You know what I mean? Just because
yeah,
I'm older and I'm in charge doesn't mean my idea always works.
yeah. That and that was. I mean, I don't want to start talking negative, but like that was my big thing about the Navy and why it kind of deterred me from signing up again. Was a lot of people hid behind their rank. It was like I don't care what I'm saying. It's the fact that I'm senior chief, right? And it's I'm just telling you to do it. That was my big thing. It's like it didn't make sense. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I thought we were like, and then they always say like, one team, one fight. Well, it's like, well, my ideas mean fucking bullshit. So I guess I'm just gonna
yeah.
do whatever you tell me to do.
Mhm.
Unless the chief comes up to you and he's like, I'm holding the 240. I'm like, that's fine, chief. That's a
Well,
great
yeah, absolutely,
idea.
absolutely.
That's a great idea, chief. I think
Yeah,
you should definitely do
yeah.
that. Oh shit. So when did you kind of have the realization, like, all right, I'm done, no more, I'm not re-enlisting, see you later? Like, how long before your contract ended?
Well, there was one specific scenario. I don't know how deep you want me to get into it, but
Hey,
there was
man,
one scenario.
this is your story. This is it's my platform, your story. So you can tell me about how grass grows. I don't give a fuck.
Let's say that there was two. One being on the second deployment when we got extended. That kind of sucked, right? But
Yeah.
that is what it is. Like that kind of put like a little salt in the wound, right? But when coming back home and finding out, allegedly, I don't know if this is true, but it just stuck with me, that our CO, we had a chance to go home and be relieved, but we got denied, or our CO was like, no, we got it. that's just what I heard, and that was going around for a while. So I was like, "You're kidding me, dude! Like you denied like being with our family, you know?" So that was kind of
Yeah.
like a damn, like that kind of sucked. And then I won't drop any names, but on my third deployment when I was a second class, um, my AOIC, people who I deployed with will know exactly who I'm talking about. He was wrong 99% of the time, but because he was the AOIC, you had to do what he said, regardless of whether the construction was right or wrong. And that was like my big thing. Like I'm all about quality construction. I want to put like if my name's going on it, I want it to be nice and I want it to be presentable. And that's what a lot of my peers felt. And I know that 90% of the battalion or the whole community feels that way. So having to do bad construction really put some more salt in it. And then finding out one of my mentors that I met, shout out Pringle. She's yeah,
Shout out Pringle.
she's out there where I was when that situation happened, and all of it's gone. What we built is completely gone. So that's how I knew like it was just wrong. It was just bad construction, and it didn't matter. Like
Holy shit!
yeah, it was
that's fucked.
yeah.
That's
So
fucked.
just a complete waste of time, money, but because a higher rank said it, we had to do it.
Yeah,
And I kind of got into it with them, and I was like, this is not the right way to do this, and you know, and I got shut down. But
yeah, like structural integrity, right? Like there's
yeah,
there's a lot of ways to do it, but there's also like the right way to do it.
exactly.
Now, if you're telling me you want to paint the fucking school green, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
I mean that's yeah,
who cares? It looks ugly, but you know what? At least it won't fall. But damn, that's fucked up, dude. And,
yeah. It's all gone.
I've always wondered that too. Like, you know, I built I built 3 schools, a medical facility, and we were in the process of remodeling 12 schools, like building new roofs. We did new plumbing, new electrical, but then COVID hit, and that kind of shut down. So we didn't get to like finish, but I think we finished off maybe like 5 of the 12 schools. But anyway, those other schools I built, you know, you always have that thought in the back of your head. You're like, this may sound fucked up, but like, is this going to end up like someone's house? Or like, are they going to make this into a store? Is it really going to be a school? Like, you have the faith and you have the hope that like, yeah, this is going to be used what it's intended for. But not only that, like, is this building good? You know what I mean? Like,
is it safe?
Yeah, you know how many dip cans are in this column right now? You know how many? There was like a tradition that like me and my buddies had, right? Like, I mean, well, I think this started like with me and Brannick. You remember Brannick?
Heard of the name? I never.
Yeah, he was the SW 3 at the time. I don't know what he finished that as. I think he's still in. I don't know what he's doing. Shout out Brannick. But this one time, me and him we were doing columns, and I was like working with him because I was like, I don't want to work with Hall. That's just and Bance is annoying, so I don't want to go work with Bance either. So we were smoking cigarettes on the project site, and then like we put it out like on the column, and then we took like the sheet metal and put it on top of it. And I was like, I like that, dude. I was like, I'm gonna do this every time I do a project. And he was like, yeah, sure. I was like, yeah. Very soft spoken. He said about 8 words the entire time. Yeah. But hey, if you ever go on deployment somewhere, make sure you bring headphones, because I watched that man sit on a bus for an hour every day, to and from the project site with no headphones. And I was like, dude, this is miserable.
That's devious.
So you know what I did though? Just because I was like, dude, there's no way I could let like my homie go down like this. So I got like internet, because his phone he didn't even have a phone either. So I got on like my internet on my phone, and I was like, hey man, I was like, make yourself a playlist and download whatever songs you want to listen to. And on the way to the bus, like on the way to the project site, we're on the bus, I'm gonna give you one of my headphones, and we'll sit near each other so you can listen to music, and I'll listen to whatever the fuck music you want to listen to. And I've never seen that man smile. I've never seen him happy. But he was like, bro, you don't know how much music fucking means to me right now. Like that's like the only thing I have. Yeah. And I was like, dude, that's
good for you, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and we weren't even like able to like go to the store. Like we weren't allowed to like leave the compound. It was shitty, dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I don't know why. I don't know. It was because we did a little exercise with the Marines. so we were attached to the Marines essentially. So it was like whatever they said goes, and their rules were very strict because they had incidents in the past
Oh
where
yeah, they're all idiots.
yeah, you could just Google
Yeah.
Marine does really
Okinawa.
bad things to yeah.
Just Google Marine Okinawa.
yeah. Just Google Marine and that's it, and then you'll basically be oh okay, I get it. Yeah. All right,
That's so funny.
you finally come to the realization, right? There's a lot of things, a lot of bridges that maybe weren't built correctly. Let's go with that, or burned leading up until you getting out of the military. Now, did you give yourself ample amount of time to, set yourself up when you did get out?
Oh yeah. On my last deployment, because I was getting out shortly after we got back. So I was doing job interviews at I don't remember like what the time difference was. Um, but I was waking up at like probably 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was doing job interviews with construction companies back here in the States.
That's dope.
Just trying to get my name out there, trying to show people who I am. So yeah, the grind definitely happened, and it happened probably about halfway through, and then before I started doing the job interviews, or while I was doing the job interviews, I was using, was it Navy Cool or the like Navy college program?
Yeah,
So I
Navy Cool,
enrolled
yeah.
in uh Construction Project Management Professional, PMP. And you can get a PMP license or certificate, which is like just looks really good if you're trying to go the project management route. So I was waking up early doing that, taking tests, and yeah, and then like the Navy completely paid for it. So yeah.
I think not taking advantage of that's kind of more of like when you're active duty, right? Because it's like the easiest way to go about taking like courses and free shit like that. When you get out, obviously college is still available. When you're in, college is available. But a lot of those Navy cool things, it's really not that steadily available while you're still in. So I definitely do give you credit on that. And for anyone listening, just know like, bro, just do the shit. It's literally easy. And for the most part, for all of those, it's literally just logging in your own hours. It's just like it's kind of like a trusted resource where they're like, all right, you did this, right? So,
yep.
And you do it for a certain amount of hours, and then you end up bouncing.
Yeah, you got to want it, man. I mean,
that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I don't know. It's some people don't, and it's kind of like why I'm doing this is to let people like give people the answers without them having to like Google search. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they like listening to the podcast and they like looking on TikTok and seeing short clips, then this will spark their eye. You know what I mean? Everybody has a different story. You're not a real estate expert, right?
No,
you're not. Yeah, exactly. But there are people that I've talked to that are real estate experts and know nothing about building schools in Pompeii. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Now, did you utilize any resources to get those job interviews, or was it just straight Adam hopping online and just grinding and finding places that suited him best?
Well, I got lucky because my mom, she's an accounts receivable manager for a construction company at the time.
Okay.
So she went down the list and gave me a list of big general contractors that were in the Bay Area. Because right when I got out, I went back home for a bit. So that's how I applied. So that's how I found out about these big general contractors is through her. So that's when I go on their website and I'd apply. What's it? Indeed. Indeed's a huge thing if you're young and you have a little thought that the Navy's not for you for 20. Make an Indeed. It's a professional Instagram or it's a professional Facebook, right? So that's how you can promote yourself professionally. And you make your connections. Oh no, sorry, that's LinkedIn.
LinkedIn,
but, yeah. But Indeed, well, I do recommend you make a LinkedIn too. But yeah, Indeed is where I was just applying. Even on my way back from the job sites, I was just scrolling, looking through jobs. Because you can do like attach your resume. So you upload your resume, and it's super easy. You don't got to type it out every single time, So
yeah. Did you have any interest in doing maybe like a skill bridge program or anything like that?
Not really. I mean, I didn't really look into it too much, honestly. Like I knew I just wanted to do it on my own. I mean, I was kind of like arrogantly just fed up with the Navy. So I don't know why. I definitely should have. Like, I definitely didn't utilize all the resources that I wish I could have. But yeah.
What about getting like while you were transitioning kind of to get out? Did you know about USA Jobs or Clearance Jobs or any of those websites?
No, never heard of any of those.
No. So USA Jobs and clearancejobs.com, they're basically websites. USA Jobs. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna backtrack, right? So USA Jobs and clearancejobs.com, they're websites meant for military members who, clearance jobs, if you have a higher security clearance, you can get like a better job. But USA Jobs is just broad for anybody who wants to, come out of the military and apply for jobs that are hiring veterans. Or let's just say you go to a new duty station and you have a spouse that's looking for a job. She can hop on there and look as well. It's basically just like a big community of companies that are hiring either active duty people or veterans or their family members.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's an amazing resource.
Yeah, I utilize it a lot just to kind of like see like what's out there. You know what I mean? Like, and it'll even tell you like where the job is. Like you could work as a plumber for the Air Force or the Navy in San Diego, paying like $47 an hour. And I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. They hire doctors too, bro. They literally hire anybody that's looking to like get kind of like a federal job, like a government employed job. I think it's dope. But it actually worked out easier because you had kind of like family connections. And I'm Italian, so everybody knows family connections are the best fucking connections.
Oh, yeah.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, if you have a drive for construction or you love construction, I mean, the money's out there, whether or not you want to stay in the Navy or not. Like there's a lot of money in civilian construction.
Yeah, so, I believe it.
And there's a high demand for jobs too. There's a high demand for jobs.
Yeah, what would you say? I mean, besides like I guess the forced labor and you have no choice, you sign the contract. What would be the biggest differences from the construction in the military to what you're doing now?
I mean, I hate to say it, but quality. Because so what I'll dive into what I specifically do. I build or I manage kitchens for private and public. So some big kitchens I've done were for like Verizon, for Apple, for Google, for Intuit, all these big tech companies, right? So they're multi-million-dollar kitchens. They're massive, and when you're dealing with high-end clients like that, your name's on it. So the quality of the millwork, of the stone top, of all the stainless cabinets that we build, man, it's your tolerances are less than like a 16th the majority of the time. So it's the quality and it's the craftsmanship. They're these old folk, man, that like they're 40, 50 years old, but they will sit there and they will make sure every bit of piece of wood is sanded to perfection. They just the quality. What I'm trying to get at is the quality is amazing when it comes to the civilian world.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you really harped on is this. If it has your name on it, you're gonna make sure it's perfect.
Exactly. You got to be proud of what you're building, man. Don't just do it because you were told to. Do it because you want to do it and you want it to last a while. Like we were deploying to do something good for somebody, right? For all these countries. So build it to the best of your ability. Like you spend 6 months here and you may think it's a bad environment, but some people live there. So make their lives easier and put in that grind. Make it just quality, man. Quality over quantity.
Facts. And I think what's really good about like what you're doing now and the people that kind of work for you, let's just say in a way, is, everyone would always say like, well, I'm not doing this or I don't care. Like, what are they going to do? Fire me? They can't fire me. But in the civilian world, like, yeah, that's a possibility. But you also don't really have to worry about it. It's the people who don't say anything, the people who don't gloat about shit, that are usually the best workers.
Exactly.
Right? You got these guys that have been doing this for, 30, 40, 50 years. You don't have to double check what he's doing. Like, that guy, leave him alone. He's a fucking wizard. I don't know how the fuck he does what he does. And like you said, they make sure the material, before it even touches their hands, they make sure that the material is good to go.
Yeah.
For us, it was like, fuck, the wood got rained on. Well, what are we going to do? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like checking the crown and like the whole 2x4 is bowed like that. You're like, it's fine.
Yeah. Just put a nail in it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah.
Hey, the block is like this. We'll just put a rock in it to bring it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
I'm definitely guilty of that. I've definitely put a couple of rocks in.
Oh, no, me too. Yeah.
Especially like on like a case band. Like not the case band. The whatever that shit was called, the whole practice area.
Swaheds?
Nah, not the Swahid. Remember we had like that little practice area?
Oh, the yard where you should like just like build random shit.
Yep, there you go.
Over by the baseball fields, right?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I remember we had to they're like, Adam, here's these prints. Like, you're the plumber, plumb. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, dude, This is fucking copper. You're like, I'm brand new. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And there's no one else to like show me. So I fucked it up. And then I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take leave. So I took it. Yeah.
I'm out.
I fucked it up bad, dude. And I was like, I'm just gonna take leave. Fuck it. So I took leave and I get a text from my BU1, and he was like chill, he was like a good BU1. So I was like, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna just Google it because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then he sends me a video and he goes, all right, Adam, it's the first time I'm turning the fucking water on. It better not fucking leak, dude. It was fucking water going everywhere, dude. I came back from like leave and everything was exactly the way he left it. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, you would think like maybe someone would finish it or like, it'd be done. Nope.
They waited for you.
Yeah, I just wasted a week. I just wasted a fucking week of leave for nothing, dude.
That's so funny.
Or like maybe get like another UT or like, someone to like come and practice and then actually do it for me. But yeah, no, that's definitely not what happened.
That is hilarious. Tried to skate and it didn't work.
Yeah, low key. I try to do it like professionally and legally too. Just take some legally, fucking leave. So you made the jump from Cali to you're in Texas now. Yep. Did you utilize any resources? Did you know about any resources that you could have used to come from Cali all the way to Texas?
That the military offers?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that there were programs like that. Are there?
Well, so they're not like military, but they work with the military, right? I just released an episode a couple weeks ago. This guy, he helps people PCS, and he does it absolutely free, whether you're active or you're a veteran. And if you're active, there's a lot more benefits because, right, you're still active duty.
Yeah.
I was just curious if there was anything that you did that you can like relay and help get out there.
No, not really. I didn't really think about it.
That's all right. You got a bunch of lessons learned.
Oh yeah.
But you are liking what you're doing right now, right?
Oh, dude, I absolutely love it. Like the Navy gave me direction. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do in life when I joined, so the Navy gave me a clear direction on what my passion is, and it's construction. And I got out. I got this solid job, man, and I haven't looked back since.
Yeah, but yeah, you kind of work with like every rate, I guess you could say now. Besides like maybe like EO and like a CM, no. Like you have plumbers, you have electricians. If you're doing kitchens, it can't be like big, huh?
No, I work with a lot of trades. So yeah, I work with, I guess if you want to put it into Seabee terms, I work with probably every single rate other than an EA. I'm probably also the EA when I do layouts.
Yeah. I forgot about those fucks.
Yeah, because I can I can lay out hoods, or I like lay out walk-in boxes. Like I have this laser level that I get measurements from. But yeah, I mean we work with plumbers, we work with electricians. I'll have subcontractors that are like mill workers, stone top guys, and then like the kitchen hood installers, walk-in boxes. So yeah, I definitely.
There's so much more to like what we've done in the military, right? Like we build a basic building and we hang up a whiteboard and we're like, wow, looks great.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Yeah. But when you get out, you're right. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like there's so much more detail that goes into shit.
There's a lot, yeah.
So I mean, no matter who you are, I mean, you have some skill as you get older, you learn more, right? But when you go into the civilian world, it's a fucking shell shock because you're like, what do you mean? I gotta get the fucking refrigerator too? You know what I mean? It's like it's shit you don't think about. It's shit you don't think about. And I'm definitely glad you're having fun with it.
Yeah. No, there's a lot more detail that goes into this, like all the way to the size of what we call casters, or just like wheels on like underneath equipment, because like ADA requires certain heights. So if you so your table finish needs to be a certain height, and then you have the thickness of your stainless, and then underneath that's your under counter refrigerator, right? So then you got to make sure that your caster height's the right size, and it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff.
Who would have thought wheels would have such a damper on a project?
Oh,
you know
dude,
what I
it's
mean?
insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like lead times, like equipment for some reason will, like casters, like wheels will take 2 weeks. You're like, why do you not just have this in your garage? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I asked somebody this a while ago, and it's kind of one of those questions that makes you think. And I'm going to ask you because, I mean, talking about wheels, now you got me thinking. Do you think in the world there are more wheels or doors?
Damn.
Yeah.
I would say wheels. Well, like,
you say wheels?
Are we talking anything wheels? Like,
yeah, I'm talking
wheels on like an RC car compared to like wheels on like a truck.
Yeah, no, I'm talking like wheels in general. Oh, so wheels. or doors, right? So think about like I'm looking in my room right now, right? I have my door, I have my 2 closet doors, but then wheels, I have the wheels on my chair, and that's pretty much it, I guess. I don't know.
Think about a Hot Wheels factory.
Yeah, but there's doors that go on the Hot Wheels.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
That's crazy.
It's wild, dude. Or you think of like a car, right? A car has 4 tires or 4 wheels plus a spare, and if you want to get technical, a steering wheel and a flywheel, right? Mm-hmm. But it also has 4 doors, and if you want to get technical, count the trunk. That's 5.
Yeah.
So it kind of evens out no matter where you go, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you sit on that one.
Yeah. Now you got me thinking. Damn.
Yeah, it's one of those good questions that like there's like no right or wrong answer, but it's like fuck, dude. Yeah, you're right.
You're like, hold on.
The more I think about it, the more like I say fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. One more for you. I always ask this question to everybody who is active duty, for the most part, everybody. We all love, adore, and just absolutely enjoy MREs. What's your favorite MRE?
Meal 2. I think it was the beef taco.
Beef taco?
The beef taco. Oh okay. My god, I would smash that, dude. I would smash the beef taco.
All right, what about your least favorite?
I mean, if we're not talking all the vegetarian ones, because I mean that's just generally hated by everyone.
Yeah, no, like vegetable crumble, you fucking communist.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
Unless you were like vegan, I guess, because they would eat that. I don't know.
I can't really think of any. Like obviously there were some that was just like nah. Like probably the like spinach.
Spinach and fettuccine.
Yeah, that was ass. That was terrible. Yeah. That was. Yeah, those are the ones that we'd open up late at night when I was on. So like right when I checked into battalion, I like a week later I just went on FEX because the whole battalion was on FEX. Oh. That was my welcome to the Navy. So
that sucks. Mine was deployment. I don't know.
That's even worse.
Yeah, it could be.
So I was sitting in a pit, right? Just checked in, so I got all the shitty watches and whatnot. Late at night, we used to take our little Zeus keys, our little seatbelt cutters, and go break into the pallets of MREs and grab all the bad ones, open them up, and take the heater packets, and then just put those between our legs and whatnot to like stay warm.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah. That's how you stay
warm. You didn't
warm.
even take the snacks, just the heater packets?
Oh, no. Well, we like rummage through because usually the bad meals had the good snacks. So like they had the Skittles and the Reese's and whatnot.
Well, kind of getting on MREs, I'm going to tell you a funny story. I don't think you know this. Probably don't know this. But, and MREs and ripping them open, right? So this was my last deployment, right? And I was working at CTR. And I was kind of like the CTR guy, right? So I had someone come up to me. I don't remember who it was. I think it was a CS, right? And he goes, "Hey, sir told us we gotta open all these MREs because they're expired and take out all the heater packets because you're not allowed to dispose of them with the heater packets in it.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, that makes sense. And you got one more chevron on your shirt than I do, so you know what I mean?
Whatever, okay.
So I'm like, hey, all y'all fucks, get over here. Like I get all my guys, and we get like all these people that are like helping us, and I'm like, all right, everyone get over here. And they're like, what? And I'm like, here's what we're gonna do. I was like, CS1 told us we got to open up all these MREs and take out all the heater packets and separate them so that we can throw them all out. The snacks, free for all, up for grabs. They're like, you know what I mean? Like, sparks in their eyes. They were like, are you fucking serious? Like, I'm allowed
Skittles?
to. Yeah. Yeah. So we're in there, dude, and we have like 4 pallets of MREs. And it's like teardown is so easy. You know, you just open, shred. Like, everyone has a knife just cutting into them. We have like a little assembly line set up. Dude, we must have went through about like 4,000 MREs, just shredding them open and like kind of just throwing them out. But the food too, right? Like, we had to cut the food open and like kind of say like, this is garbage, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Wild.
Or even if like, you know, like you put your knife too far in the bag. No, I'm sorry, we didn't purposely dispose of the food. But if your knife went too far in the bag, it would cut it open. You'd be like, ah, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, dude.
That is insane.
Dude, we're going through all this food, and all of a sudden, our ensign walks in, and he's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? and I'm like, I'm just doing what you told me, sir. And he's like, whoa, no. And somehow there was some miscommunication, how it always fucking happens, where he tells somebody one thing, and they completely reinterpret it into
train game.
Yeah, we got to get rid of all these MREs. And it turns out they weren't even ours. They were like the Marines. So this officer definitely got his ass handed to him because when he walked in and just seen fucking $275,000 of MREs just spread across a fucking warehouse. Dude, this guy had EMI for about 2 months.
Oh, my God.
For 2 months, this man, I feel bad for him, but and he's my homie. Shout out you. You know who you talk. You know what I'm talking about.
So what did they want you to do? What was
Not me. Him. He had to go back and put all the MREs back together.
But what was the original tasking? Like, what were you guys supposed? Like, how did they even come up? What did they want you to do?
I think there was like pallets like A and B, so they want us to like split them up, you know, like into like A and like into B. And just check the expiration dates. You know, like,
oh my God.
Yeah. I honestly don't know because the story and the way everything turned out was a lot more funnier than the way things were supposed to go. But dude, my pocket funny. And like, could you imagine this ensign walking in and just there's fucking people screaming and yelling out of joy. My pockets are full to the brim with fucking Twizzlers and M&Ms, and this guy walks in like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah.
That is so funny.
I'm like, sir, you want some fucking Twizzlers? And I'm throwing it back at Twizzlers. Yeah. And he's like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Dude.
Holy shit. That's so funny.
Some of the highlights, I'll tell you, Battalion is probably, in my opinion, and probably in a lot of other people's opinions, probably the number one most I don't want to go there duty stations. Yeah. But it's probably the number one place where you're gonna have the funnest fucking time.
Oh, dude, it was so much fun, man. I wish I could think of stories like it's like I know I have stuff like that. I just can't think of them right now, dude. But yeah, it's funny shit like that happens all the time, dude. I loved it. I loved every moment of it, man. So much fun.
Just like seeing people like when you do like a PGI inspection, right? And they're like, so you didn't bring your Kevlar. You didn't bring your sappy plates, but you have 12 pairs of underwear and 2 pairs of socks. Like, how the fuck is that going to help the situation? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Or just watching people, like, set up a tent. I'm like, this looks like 2 giraffes trying to fuck. Like, this looks so stupid.
Oh, dude, when we were at Pendleton doing the PDR work and we were, like, setting up all of our tents, it was I remember one day it was so windy, and like for over half of our unit or whatever, it was their first vex. So they're putting up together all these tents and that shit's blowing away. We were like right on the ocean in the sand, and like that shit was blowing away. It was so funny.
Did you really guys really think this was a fucking good idea?
Yeah, like right here. Okay, all right, sir,
Did,
got it.
did you end up going for PDR for your last deployment? You don't got to say the location because we already kind of dived into it. But
No, no, I just did PDR down at Pendleton. That's where like,
okay.
dude, we met some. It was a snowstorm, right? So there were so many khakis showed up. King, it was the current King B. I forget who it was, but he ended up showing up because we were the first group. Me and Everett and everyone that we were with, we were the first group to do it in like 50 years or something like that. So it was like
Oh,
super
word?
high profile. Yeah.
Okay. Yo, you know what's crazy, bro? Now that I think about it, I felt like 5 was they fucking guinea pigs, dude. Like we had we had Pacific Blitz, we had some bullshit with deployment. We had I know the hard hat thing wasn't like a Navy thing, but the hard hat thing was fucking dumb when we had to wear hard hat. Remember we had to wear it for like 12 months? It was a hard hat deployment.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We just never wore our covers. Yeah, oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
We just always wore fucking hard hats.
Dumbest idea.
And then shit like that too, dude. I was like 5 was like, oh, like some big guy, you know, some high ranking dude had like an idea, and he was like, oh, we'll just let 5 do it. It was like, oh, great, you know.
And then you got other battalions. What was it? I think it was. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the battalion. But remember, when I first checked in 17 or 18, when the XO was some other battalion's XO was caught naked in the woods. Remember that?
Oh yeah. It was it was
that 3?
I think I don't. No, it wasn't.
Or was it 4?
Well, I'm not going to say numbers, but
oh,
you know,
yeah, my bad.
We no, I don't give a shit. It's on the news. It's public. Yeah. But I'm selecting duties. I'm trying to keep that. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, you can cut that.
I think nah, you're good. It's hey, if it's on Google, I'm more than welcome to say it. I don't give a shit.
Fair enough.
But yeah, dude, yeah, they got caught on deployment, like walking naked in the woods, and then they got caught by like the local government, like the local police or some shit.
Yeah, he was hammered. It was like Christmas or something like that.
Yeah, but like realistically, dude, like who hasn't done that? Like,
let's be real.
It's just because he's an officer, I guess. You know, he just got, and he's kind of like the CEO, kind of like in charge of that base.
Yeah, triad. You know.
Yeah, they always say there's a time and a place. You know what, sir? Maybe you should listen to your own advice. Just you guys didn't pay enough for that one.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, there were many deployment nights where I don't remember much.
Dude, yes. I mean, we don't have to get into all that. You know what I mean? But definitely, man, definitely. Is there any advice that you can give to anybody listening right now? Some key tips or some key notes that you've experienced or you've used in your career that would help somebody either transition out or help them to, you know, further their career.
If you're wanting to stay in, dude, just I mean, it's pretty cliche, but be the first person to like raise your hand. Like be that volunteer, be the one that's the hard charger, because that's the one, like, you're gonna be the one that gets noticed in a good way, right? Don't be a Blue Falcon, but be that leader. Like, force yourself into that position, whether or not it's in your bubble or not. Make it happen, dude. Be that guy, because others will follow. You will not be alone. And next thing you know, you're putting on that extra chevron. Next thing you know, you're putting on that extra chevron. Next thing you know, you got anchors. So yeah, definitely be the hard charger. I mean, everyone skates, right? So, but find that motivation for sure. But yeah, if you're getting out, definitely utilize the resources that, you know, you were saying. I definitely wish I did. I was kind of in the mentality where I was just like, I just want to get out, you know. But utilize resources. Go to college if you want to use that route. It's completely free. I'm about ready to. And start preparing. Prepare, I'd say, at least 6 months before your terminal leave date starts, so you're prepped. so you have a job lined up, or so you have at least a place to put your head.
Yeah.
Prep, and just quality. That's my biggest thing, man. Quality.
Yeah, you don't want to get out and just be like, okay, what now? You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Yeah, man. Have a plan. Don't just get out because it's cool to get out because everyone else is getting out. This must suck. Make your own decision.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's a
Have a
time
plan.
and a place for everything. Maybe you getting out right now is not the best idea.
Exactly.
Or maybe you just I don't know, you do it on a whim because you're like, fuck this, I'm done. Nah,
Yeah,
it's like
because of one knee-jerk reaction. Like, really think about it. Really, really think about it, because the Navy's a great career, man. Like, the Navy really was great.
I was definitely ready to get out, bro. I was like, fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah.
I got a nice set of orders, and I was like, I'm still scared to get out, right? Like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like low key, like I'm a grown ass man. I went to college. I got hair in my ass, but I was like, oh, I'm not ready to get out of the Navy, dude. Like I don't know what to go do, bro. Like I'm not going back home. Like what the fuck do I do? So after I did re-enlist, I was like, all right, bro. I got, instead of that whole, like you said, 6 months to get out, a year to get out to figure it out. Now I got 3 years to figure it out.
Yeah.
That time is dwindling down. Now I have a little over a year to figure it out. Yeah. But it's helped prepare me, and it's helped, kind of let me know, like, hey, like, this is my roadmap of getting out, right? Mm-hmm. Like, this is the steps you have to do while you're active. And then when you get out and you're a civilian, this is the rest of the plan, and follow through with it, Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to just stay motivated, man. Regardless of what you do, just stay motivated.
Yeah, bro, because when you get out, like, that's it. You know what I mean? There's no paycheck. Paycheck.
Yeah,
there's
no,
out, bro.
Yeah, there's no, what are you going to do, fire me? Like, you're not under contract, buddy. You can be fired. Like, you are replaceable.
Yeah. The boss will be like, well, actually, sure, I guess so. See you later.
Deuces, man. Pack your bags. Yeah.
Adam, do you have any questions for me?
Not really, man. I love what you're doing, though, for sure. I think it's awesome.
That's dope.
I definitely listened to like a few of the podcasts, and I was like, man, this is so funny, dude. I love it. And like to actually like be a part of it now, and just like and just talk, like, dude, I haven't really even talked about it, the Navy, since I got out. So it was awesome to just drink some coffee and just like reminisce for a bit. So that was awesome, man. So like thank you to your platform, man. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Those are amazing words, and I'm sure that there's been a lot of reminiscing that goes on in your head, or maybe the little things that you see, and you're like, dude, like I remember like when Everett did some shit, right? But I'm glad you get to come on a platform and spend an hour, talking about it and kind of reminiscing, especially with somebody who was like stationed with you. It kind of
I can say things that people understand.
Yeah. You could say like like PEB, and someone's like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Nah, man, I'm glad. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad you came out. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you and your fiance are moved over and all settled down. You kind of got shit hanging up on your wall, so that means you're officially moved in.
Yeah, we're moving in. Yeah,
that's dope, man. Before I let you go, nothing from me, but any last words you want to say to the audience?
I don't think so, man. I think we hit on it pretty well. I mean,
hell yeah, man.
My big thing, man, quality. That's it, dude. Just
quality.
You gotta have the quality, and because your name's on it. That's it. Your name's on it.
Facts. And our name is on this episode. So from the bottom of my heart, Adam, thank you. This has been a quality fucking episode. You. Of course. Freedom Empire. We'll catch you next time on the pod. All right, don't leave.
Okay.
Don't leave.
Views presented are those of the speaker, and the guest do not necessarily represent the views of the Department of Defense or its components. Neither the Department of Defense or its components bears any responsibility for the accuracy, legality, or content of the views discussed on this podcast. Now, without further ado, let's get into this.